These are the fastest cops in Britain, responding to 999 calls at up to 150 miles an hour. Hunting fugitives, tackling drunks,
I'm not fucking drunk!
catching criminals,
has been given.
and saving lives.
Use your mirrors!
For these elite high-speed units, every second counts. They are Rapid Response. Coming up, cops crack down on Class A drugs.
Who's put these on the floor?
A man causes carnage in a car park.
And this possibly could be a write-off.
And Rapid Response units are scrambled to a suspected kidnap at knife point.
She's been held against her will. The driver of the vehicle has stated he won't stop for police.
Saturday, Wales, and Rapid Response cops are being drafted into town to look for trouble.
Oh, shut up!
As they mop up drunks in the high street, they find a woman who's had far too much to drink and appears to still be boozing. She's claiming it's water in her pint glass when really it's wine.
That's not water, that's...
Oh, check it. I'm 33, I'm older.
Don't tell her, never mind, right?
Wine.
Oh, take my drink off me now, is it?
Take your drink off you because you're causing a nuisance.
I don't know, you're nuisance. It's gonna
I
suggest you go home before you're arrested.
Drunkenness is causing a disturbance
My
here,
God.
right? Yes.
It
It is to do with you.
She's refusing to go home. If she carries on like this, she'll get nicked. In mid-Wales, cops have set up a roadblock. They're part of an operation looking for
Get
drugs.
out, you go and get it and hand it over to me, right? And then you just give us those 3 pills.
It's not long before they get lucky.
Okay, right, I've got to point out the possession of these XC, are they?
The driver of the car immediately comes clean and admits she's carrying drugs.
Anything you say, maybe give an evidence. Go and pull up, see in the blue Volvo, go and pull up there. Just go and sit in the Volvo and keep yourself comfy for a minute. Go and sit in the front left seat. The one there, look, the one I'm pointing at.
What, are we overloaded?
Yeah, he's going to hand me some cannabis now. I've had 3 pills of somebody else. If you want to just have a run through with your woofer, I'll deal with them there.
What do you got?
The woofer, a highly trained drugs dog, gives the car a going over, and the occupants get the same from the officers.
Especially this one. And then we'll just
Having admitted to carrying ecstasy, the suspect could just be looking at a caution. But as PC Owen Dillon returns to his rapid response car, suddenly things get a lot more serious.
Well, I came here before they got in the car. I came here.
Yeah.
Oh. So. Because I opened this door, I put this guy in. Come here.
One of this group is going to be in a lot of trouble. Back in the high street, the drunk woman still won't do what she's told.
No, I got it. Fuck it, look, my friend. Yeah, don't do this.
Right, you've been arrested, been drunk and disorderly, right?
I'm not.
After repeated warnings to calm down and go home, the police are left with no option.
You arrested me, I ain't done fuck. Ah, you breaking my
Just because
You're
you're
not
police,
hitting her.
you're
Not hitting her.
That's
all.
right. Can I have a
I am done nothing.
You will have a handbag now, all
My
right?
friends have been arguing, right? And I have to look after my kids, right? I haven't done nothing.
mothers?
Why don't you put me on the floor?
God.
Leave your arms open.
She's very, very drunk. She's been so good at saying, look, go away, go make yourself, you know, just get home. But she's having none of it. So in the end, she's just been arrested.
And you, come here.
At the roadblock, no one is owning up to the bag of pills found on the ground.
Whose pills are those? Right, don't mess us around. These two in the car. I put them in on this side. There was no pills on the floor. All right, there's now pills on the floor. Nobody else has been here.
You asked him if he had anything in the back, didn't you? Right, did you drop those?
All right, who's put these on the floor?
No, it's not theirs. Don't bully them.
No, they weren't in before you got in the car. Nobody else has been next to the car.
Well, we didn't, they're not ours. Sorry, it's just, I'm the oldest here and I don't like to hear people bullying.
No, it's simple, guys.
If no one owns up, they could all end up down the nick.
Well, whose are they then? Did you drop those there then? Right, well then they're not yours. I'm just going to just go and stand back over there with my colleagues.
See, I opened the door because I looked under the car because I was looking for something I dropped.
Then the cops make an important discovery. The pills in the bag are identical to those already found on the driver.
I'm going to tell you straight, the motif on those pills are the same as the three you've got. Did you drop those then?
Finally, the game's up and the driver admits the pills are hers.
So when did you drop them on the floor then? She got out the car to go to get her driving licence. Were they in your handbag or something, were they? You're going to be interviewed properly because obviously the only reason I'm asking you these questions now is because I want to know where them coming in. Right, you've been further arrested then for the possession of those pills, right? So you don't have to say anything, we may harm your defence, you don't mention one question, something which you later will line in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand? All right?
The drugs dog finds nothing further, but the suspect's already admitted to possession of a Class A drug, an offence which could lead to a jail sentence. Dyfed Powys Control has received a 999 call. There's been a suspected kidnapping at knife point. Rapid Response Unit Tango Charlie 39 is first out of the door and in pursuit of the suspects. The emergency call was made by the alleged victim.
There's been a further call now from the female in the vehicle saying she's been kidnapped, she's been held against her will, and that the driver of the vehicle has stated he won't stop for police.
In his unmarked car, PC Justin Williams races towards the suspect's last known location. They're thought to be travelling away from him, so PC Williams uses lights and sirens to make ground on the alleged kidnapper. But suddenly, he spots the vehicle coming straight towards him.
Oh, there's a vehicle past now.
PC Williams is caught completely off guard. Travelling at over 80 miles an hour, he pulls up and spins Tango Charlie 39 to get back on the tail of the suspects.
Tango Charlie 39, priority.
He's now lost valuable seconds, and with lights and sirens blaring, he's also lost any element of surprise.
Hafford West, Arnold's Hill.
With a woman's life in danger, the control room instructs Williams to follow, but not intercept at this point.
Yeah, don't attempt to stop at this stage. Follow into Hafford West and we'll see what we've got to do when we get near the town.
But the fleeing vehicle is nowhere to be seen. It has disappeared.
Charlie 45.
Yeah, you're the last message, so shall we just zoom in now?
No, negative. Loss of sighting of the vehicle. Obviously, we sighted the suspect vehicle for this kidnap, passing the opposite direction. We were unfortunately running blues at the time, and I think he would have spotted us turning around in the road, so he's gone to ground somewhere.
With the suspects now in hiding, other rapid response cops are called in to join the hunt.
This female has been kidnapped. We've obviously got to treat it very seriously, and you know that she is in immediate danger.
Coming up, cops clamp down on dangerous bikers.
Do you have any idea of what speed you're travelling at?
No.
One driver wrecks 7 cars in a supermarket car park.
He's being treated by the ambulance at the moment, probably just for shock.
Yeah, it's locked up.
And rapid response cops close in on the suspected kidnapper.
Yeah, I can confirm the vehicle is at the location.
A woman's life is in danger. Rapid response cops have been told she's been kidnapped at knife point. PC Williams and at least 4 other units are searching for her and her alleged kidnapper, but it looks like he's given police the slip. Suddenly, a call comes in from a member of the public. The suspect has abandoned his vehicle and is now on foot with his alleged victim.
Go ahead of it.
That tells us a car pulled up outside my neighbour's house. The car pulled up, a number of doors slammed, and they've run off down the road.
It doesn't take PC Williams long to find the abandoned car. But there's no sign of the woman or her alleged kidnapper.
Other vehicle can assist Kilo 22 road by the roundabout.
I just want to make sure there's no keys in the vehicle if we can disable it. Okay, it's locked up. We'll go back to the roundabout now.
As Williams checks the car, news comes in that another unit has picked up the fleeing suspect at a nearby roundabout.
It sounds as if we've got the occupants, the dog handler with them now. So we'll just go into that location then. Yeah, go ahead, 39.
A man and woman have been stopped and are now safely in the hands of officers. As PC Williams passes the scene of the arrest, he gives a thumbs up. They have enough help, so he returns to the car to search for evidence.
There's a few minutes here now. If you go back and have a look at the vehicle, see if there's anything untoward in the vehicle. They're taking the time to lock it up before doing the runner. So what we'll do now, we'll get the vehicle recovered. At least if there are any criminal allegations, we've got it covered as a potential crime scene as well. So we've got that arranged at present now.
After a long chase involving at least 5 rapid response units, it turns out that there was no kidnapping and no knife. What started out for the cops as a life and death emergency appears to have been a sick hoax. Sunday morning, Wales and the rapid response cops have been called to an extraordinary scene in a supermarket car park. Shoppers have returned to their cars to find them trashed.
What's happening?
Just clip that one, green off here now, smash into the blue one, hit the black one, and absolutely mullet the poor chap on the Renault.
At least 7 vehicles have been badly damaged by a motorist who appears to have lost control of his car. He's now calming down in the back of an ambulance.
But everyone in these vehicles are all okay, are they? They're uninjured, there was no one with them?
Nope, they're all fine.
And all accounted for, that's fine.
It's lucky that no one has been hurt.
Apparently he's backed out of a parking bay, collided with a vehicle on the other side, and then for some reason he's ploughed straight forward and gone into about 4 or 5 different cars before coming to a stop. He's being treated by the ambulance at the moment, it's probably just for shock. So we've got quite a few witnesses and we just need to speak to them and try and find out what has actually happened.
Some of the owners of the damaged cars are still shopping.
I can see when he comes back he's going to be happy. Putting everything into account, there's quite extensive damage on vehicles. There's a couple over there with minor damage, but obviously this one here has got quite a bit of damage, the Golf especially, and this possibly could be a write-off.
Through the wheel now.
Straighten him up now, straighten him up.
All officers can do is lend a hand and wonder how so much damage could have been caused by just one man. The rolling Welsh landscape has always been a popular destination for weekend bikers. Rapid response cop PC Carl Danson has come across some whilst in his unmarked car.
Yeah, we seem to find on a Sunday that a lot of the biking fraternity come to mid-Wales because the roads are so windy. There's another one passing us now. Inside and he's contravening solid white lines, look. So I think we'll be having a word with him.
PC Danson activates the blues and twos and is now in pursuit of the rogue rider.
These two in front have soon seen that we're police. They've overtaken and slowed right down, but there he goes again, solid white lines. And I get stuck behind somebody like this now.
On the narrow, winding roads, PC Danson is losing ground on the bike.
So we're now travelling at 80 miles an hour and he's pulling away from us.
He puts his pursuit training to use. This biker is not getting away.
Again, we're travelling at 90 miles an hour.
And as he closes the gap, the biker finally realises what's going on and pulls over.
We can speak to both. The first one was in excess of the speed limit. You've overtaken me well in excess of the speed limit, and yourself. You've committed the offence of contravening solid white lines on 2 occasions that I've witnessed this morning. Do you have any idea of what speed you're travelling at?
No, I always keep them on the road, obviously.
You have to at the speeds you were travelling at. That, my friend, could be construed as dangerous in the fact that your speed is probably over 90 miles an hour. So I'll do the offences of you of contravening the solid white lines by means of an endorsable fixed penalty ticket. That's a fine of £60 and it's going to put 3 penalty points on your driving licence. Okay?
It's an expensive Sunday morning joyride for this biker. Across the Dyfed-Powys Police Force area, another rapid response unit has pulled over a van.
Hello, driver. I noticed you didn't have your seatbelt on. You put it on as we're looking at you. Why is that?
Red Builder's van. It's worth a check for red diesel. Red diesel is much cheaper than normal diesel, but is only meant to be used by farm vehicles. It is illegal to use it in regular vehicles.
Is it just yourself that uses the vehicle?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Does anybody else fill it up?
No, just me.
Yeah, it's running clear.
Thank you.
That's fine. We do get people using red diesel.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you do, you're in trouble.
His diesel is fine, but the same can't be said for his insurance. He doesn't appear to have any.
They've searched through on your registration, your postcode and your name and the address. On all of those 4 things they've searched, and no, there's not any insurance. Yep. On that basis, I'm going to seize your car, your vehicle, on suspicion of no insurance. Right. If it transpires you do have insurance...
It's now going to cost this driver a small fortune just to get his van back. The question is it worth it?
There is an alternative to the charges, which would be about £150 to have it towed away and £20 per day storage. You could, instead of paying those, elect to have the vehicle crushed if you don't think it's worth having back. It's up to you whether you want to have the vehicle back and take out new insurance.
It's a difficult decision.
So it's up to you.
Yeah.
You want to disclaim it?
Yeah, there's no point. By the time I've done everything, it'll cost me more.
Okay.
I'll just buy another van.
Yep.
Really.
Okay, let me just fill out the form to say that you're disclaiming it, and it will then be crushed. As I say, I will tell the garage that you will attend there within 7 days to take your kit out.
Yeah.
He has to take the bus home. It would have been a bit cheaper and easier if he'd paid his insurance in the first place.
He will still be going to court and is looking at possibly 6 points on his licence, £400 fine, possibly a £50 fine for the seatbelt as well, which then when he takes out new insurance he's got to disclose to his insurance company, so any further insurance will be more expensive.
Rapid response officers Danson and Waring are back on patrol, and they're running a check on the car in front.
WH Tango Mike 21, vehicle check please.
The check reveals that there's no MOT for the car and no licence for the driver. And the man's driving with his family on board. His first excuse is that he was on his way to the garage to get an MOT.
You've got your young child in, your missus and everything like that, and you've been in town, so you're not going to the garage at the moment.
Yeah, on the way.
So you can get done for no MOT and no tax. And we'll do some inquiries in relation to your driving licence.
As for not having a valid licence, there's another excuse.
Copy of the DVLA.
A previous driving ban saw his licence revoked, and even though he's served that ban, he's not allowed to drive until he reapplies for his licence. He thinks he has, but there's no record of it.
Fill in the form, send in a new photo for £65.
When did you apply for it?
When they replied back,
superb.
nearly 2 weeks ago.
PC Waring checks again with the DVLA.
Yeah, thank you. It's not good news. We're in direct contact with the DVLA.
Yeah.
You are driving otherwise in accordance with your driving licence.
So there's no licence, no tax, and the insurance isn't valid.
£50 for its recovery.
They're left with no option but to seize the vehicle.
Under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act, we've got a power to seize this vehicle now.
Now the driver finally seems to realise the consequences of his irresponsibility. By driving illegally, he's shown no consideration for the law, other road users, or his own family. And to make things worse, the driver's son then has a little accident.
Paul peeing.
Oh, you're weeing on him, Daddy.
He thinks we pick on him all the time, but he's committing offences all the time, so there's only so much we can do. The tax ran out on that car 31st of October last year. There's no MOT, the car's in poor condition.
As the tow truck arrives, an already disastrous day for the family gets even worse. A quick search of the vehicle has uncovered some drugs.
We've searched the vehicle and we found a small quantity of cannabis within the vehicle. Obviously it's an illegal drug. I'm going to be arrested for possession of cannabis.
But this time, the man is in the clear.
It says a little bit of herbal cannabis.
Yeah, that's mine, that is.
All right.
The female passenger claims the cannabis is hers.
It's her cannabis that we found in the tin. She's fully admitted that it's hers, so we're going to deal with it as a street caution.
Coming up, a random stop turns up bags of drugs.
That's 4 altogether.
These scooter riders have a chat at 30 miles an hour right in front of a rapid response unit. And a head-on collision that could have ended in tragedy.
And he just goes screaming around that corner.
Saturday night in Wales, and unmarked rapid response units are on the lookout for drunk drivers. PC's John Wiles and Hayley Lewis have been following a car that's driving erratically, and they've noticed some boisterous goings-on in the back. It's enough to pull the car over.
What have you just put in your pocket now?
Come on, Ray.
As they were stopped, the lads in the back became agitated, arousing PC Wiles' suspicions they may be carrying something they shouldn't.
It's my job. I know. Just the fact that it was a bit judgy then, if I put something right.
As Officer Wiles searches the lads, PC Lewis searches the car. They were right to be suspicious. She's found something in the back where the lads were sitting.
Who is this? Whose is it? It was found on the back seat between you two.
I ain't told lies, mate.
The lad immediately admits it's his. One bag of cannabis will only get him a street warning.
I think I found a bit of cannabis, a bit of herbal cannabis, on the back seat where the boys were sitting.
But a further search turns up another bag.
So far so good.
Who's this, Sam? Who's this?
And there's more.
Another separate bag as well. So that's 4 altogether.
Huh?
Oh, it's covered in lager, by the way.
Okay.
And it's not just cannabis.
A little bit of powder in there.
This is now getting serious, and no one will admit to the rest of the drugs, especially the suspected Class A drugs.
What's going to happen, right, this, right? Unless somebody owns up, right, you're all going to get arrested, okay?
No one is owning up, and that means they could all spend a night in the cells. The two girls in the front claim they don't even know the lads and were only giving them a lift. They called their friends, who were with them earlier, as witnesses.
It seems like these boys have just flagged these girls down and asked for a lift to the end of the road. They don't know them, don't know from Adam, they don't know who they are. And of course, where the boys have been sitting, I found a lot of drugs there. There's nowhere where the girls have been sitting, nowhere in the car at all. So I am tending to believe the story about that. However, two girls were in the car, but they've got out for the other two boys to get in. So we need to find out where those two girls are.
Basically, nobody's owned up to this, obviously somebody's, right? So you're both under arrest in it, all right? Like, basically, they've both been arrested, right? For possession, suspicion of possession. I suggest we arrest those as well.
With no one owning up, there's no choice for the officers. All must be arrested.
So I've arrested both of them on suspicion of possession of a controlled substance, really. They're all found in her car. However, she has explained to me that some girls are coming down now who've been in the car, so we need to clarify all this up.
With 4 people under arrest, more officers are called to assist. The girls' mates also arrive to protest their friend's innocence.
They're going to be kicked out and everything, like they've got nowhere to go now. Because of them stupid idiots. If you help someone who ever needs help, and you didn't know they was druggies. Oh my God, you're protected about them. You've got a criminal record. You've seen their car, you've seen it. They haven't got no drugs, like. They're no druggies, look at that.
But their protests only make things worse. It may be that the girls picked up more than they bargained for when they gave these youths a lift. And a possible fun-filled Saturday night has ended in tears. In Wiltshire, a rapid response unit comes across a couple of moped riders having a good old chat as they drive down the road.
He's not got his hand on the... What's he doing?
At best, this is careless driving. Time to pull them over.
Yeah, we're just wondering what the important conversation was about as you were riding along.
At one point, we actually thought you would have collided with each other because you're doing this, you know. I know you're not going particularly fast, but if you hit each other at that speed, the impact speed's going to be up to the 60 miles per hour mark, or sideways. Certainly, it's not going to be pleasant for either of you. What sort of the tyre have you got on? What are these? They're not exactly proper riding gloves, are they? So if you come off along this road, just turn your ignition on, just check all your lights are working, etc. You need the engine running.
Checking the scooter over, there's even worse news for this rider.
On, not working. No. I'm going to give you a vehicle rectification defect form because your brake's not working, okay? That's not good for you. You know, how do people know you're slowing down? Other than that, guessing you are going to slow down. It's a £30 fine ordinarily.
Sergeant Warren Knight decides to give the lad a chance to avoid a fine by using the vehicle defect scheme.
What this basically means, rather than give you a fine, okay, the vehicle defect scheme allows you to get the defect repaired, whether you do it yourself or you get a garage to do it. And once that defect is repaired, you take it to an MOT testing station. And they will check the defect's repaired, and then you return the form to the address that I give you shortly, okay? Right. What does this tell you about this evening? What have you learned from it?
Don't ride stupidly.
Don't ride stupidly. Yeah? Try and wear something appropriate.
Yep. Don't have conversations while riding.
Yeah, don't do it.
Another day, another crash on the roads of Wales. Dyfed-Powys rapid response officers are on their way to a reported head-on collision on a small country lane.
Yes, status 5. I take it it's a priority?
Yes, that's a priority response.
Information received is that the accident is serious, the road is blocked, and they're not sure at this stage if there have been any injuries. They arrive to discover one vehicle involved has reversed back to the nearest passing bay to allow police through. As they approach the other vehicle, it's clear that this was a high-speed collision.
We're going too fast up this road, isn't it? I'm going to put signs out, mate, further back. Okay.
The driver of the white van claims he stopped when he saw a blue Astra hurtling towards him.
So what happened then?
Well, I was coming down the hill, hardly moving, because it's a single track.
Yeah.
And he just came screaming around that corner. He started skidding about there, and I just stopped.
I spoke to both drivers. The driver of the blue vehicle that's down the road has stated he's come up the road doing about 50. As he's come along, this other vehicle's already stopped. He's put his brakes on and he's hit into it. We're straight away thinking careless driving. We spoke to the driver of this vehicle who confirms the same.
But the young driver hopes it might be a joint responsibility claim as far as the insurance is concerned.
Is it like knock for knock, or is it?
No, it ain't knock for knock. You come up here ploughed into me, sonny. That's why I'm not moving.
Yeah.
Because now these men have to measure the skid marks.
The van driver's having none of it.
I have no skid marks.
2.7 metres is the width of the road. And obviously, you're never going to get two cars passing at 2.7.
Although this road is covered by the national speed limit of 60 miles per hour, Officer Williams explains there are overriding circumstances that make blasting down this road at 50 very dangerous.
Yeah, I think it is a national speed limit up here, but just common sense dictates. Very narrow road, you can just about get one car down here, realistically. Okay. Overhanging trees, high hedges, doing 50 miles an hour up here that you said you were doing. Not sensible really, is it? But you're walking away from it. Right? It's only a bump in the
job's down the pad.
It's only a bump in the car, so it could have been a lot worse.
A fine may not be all this newly qualified driver gets. He may lose his licence.
Because he's held his licence for less than 2 years, he's only allowed to get 6 points on his licence. For the due care, it's up to 9 points on the licence, but it's up to the court to decide what punishment he gets. Worst case scenario is he's made to resit his driving test.
Dyfed-Powys Rapid Response are on the tail of a reckless driver who nearly collided with their unmarked car.
We were travelling back towards Wellspool when it's carried out an overtake and nearly had a head-on with us. The driver appears to be very impatient. It's just overtaken a long line of cars, I'd probably say around 6 to 7 cars really.
Even travelling at speeds of over 85 miles per hour, the police are still struggling to catch up.
Stretch of road we're travelling to, there aren't many overtakes. However, obviously he's found some. We're one car behind him now, hopefully get him on stop in a minute and we'll deal with the matters in hand.
But before they can get close, the driver once again disappears into the distance. At these speeds, teamwork is required. Officer Waring checks ahead to see when it's safe to overtake, allowing PC Danson to keep his eyes on the road.
Just get him on stop now, hold on, I can't see. Yeah, go. Squint. Go on, keep going.
They've lost sight of the reckless driver for now, but they're not gonna let him get away. Coming up, this scooter rider ends up going straight to the nick.
No one to blame but yourself.
Rapid response cops finally corner the reckless driver.
It's easy to say sorry to us, but what happened if you hit somebody?
And the mysterious case of the car and the cafe. In Wales, the Dyfed-Powys Police Rapid Response are closing in on the reckless driver. They've run out of patience and are going to pull the car over, if they can.
We've seen enough. We're going to get him on stop now. Every time we seem to be on his tail, he overtakes another car, and we get stuck behind them. We passed him this time, and we're soon to be on his tail.
Finally, he's in their sights, but now they have to overcome another problem, a fault with their car.
The turbo's gone on the car, on our car, so we're struggling to make ground at the moment. Just hope he stops now, because if he goes, the car may not come with us.
Thankfully for the police, the driver has slowed down, and with a quick flash of the blue lights, he pulls over.
What's the rush?
I just want to get a move on, that's all.
What, putting other people in danger, are you?
Yeah. We followed you for some time. Your driving is atrocious.
It's easy to say sorry to us, but what happened if you hit somebody? Killed them? Seriously injured them? It's you that's got to take responsibility for your actions, isn't it? Yeah. Are you in any major hurry then, are you? Or?
No, no hurry at all.
Do you drive like this all the time?
Not normally, no.
So what's the special occasion today then?
I want to see my girlfriend for a week. It's the best reason I can come. He stated to us, yeah, he was driving like a pillar. That was his exact words. I think we're just going to deal with the matter by means of a fixed penalty for excess speed, £60 fine and 3 points.
Please, please, please take our advice regarding your driving. You're not Nigel Schumacher?
Nigel Schumacher?
That's his brother.
This bloke's lucky to have got away with a fine and points on his licence. If it wasn't for the good nature of the police, he could be facing a ban. In Wiltshire, rapid response cop Mark Wallace has had his attention drawn to a scooter rider.
It's a young lad in a t-shirt on a scooter, but with no L plates, which is quite unusual, really. Yep, I think he knows where I am.
Locally, there's been a problem with youths using mopeds to try to outrun police cars, but today, this rider has decided to do the right thing.
Probably sensible, that. Hello chap, how are you? It's just unusual not to see one of these with L plates stuck on it.
I'm old enough now.
How old are you now?
18 now.
18. Have you got your licence with you, fella?
No, I don't carry it around.
You don't carry it, okay.
I ain't got my wallet or nothing on this thing.
Alright, nothing at all with your ID on it. Okay, you got all your CBT and everything and all your...
Yeah, I've got it. I ain't got it on me.
Bits and pieces at the end. So if I put your details through, they're going to tell me you're licensed to ride.
Yeah.
Yeah?
The suspect seems to find simple questions confusing, raising even more suspicions.
Right, fella, what's your name?
Jason.
Jason. Is that your real name?
It is my real name.
That's all right then. Well, I'm going to. All right. It's just a little pause before there with like you're trying to think of a name. And what's your date of birth, Chase?
That is 92.
91. It's getting worse, isn't it?
With the rider stumbling over his name and date of birth, this cop isn't taking any chances.
Do you come and have a seat in the back of my car for me a second? All right, I'll run through a couple of checks just to make sure you are who you say you are.
An ordinary afternoon in a sleepy Welsh village. But something extraordinary has happened. This car has crashed all by itself into the wall of a cafe, with no one behind the wheel.
What we believe may have happened is that the handbrake has probably forgotten to be left secure and it's probably rolled on the hill, but we'll do some checks now with the owner to see if we can establish where they are. Have you seen anything? What happens?
Witnesses confirm that the car rolled down the hill on its own. Now, PC Richard Lucas has to find the owner.
My colleague just doing a check now to see if, in addition to the owner.
I don't think she's at the address, but we're trying to get a mobile number for her.
The owner has got to be nearby somewhere. The young scooter rider's name is now being checked on the police computer.
Yeah, confirm no trace names. Yeah, as I thought. Many thanks, sir. Right, fella, you're not coming up any trace on a driving licence check either. So you ain't got a licence according to that. Right then, so who are you really?
The young man confesses he's given false details. No surprise to PC Wallace.
Wouldn't it have been a lot easier? So who's that belong to then? Your brother. Okay, he's not going to be very happy then when I have it towed away, is he? What I'm going to do is I'm going to seize the vehicle now under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act, 1988. What is going to happen is I'm going to issue you with a fixed penalty notice, okay, which is a £200 fine, and there's going to be 6 points on your licence.
But things are about to get a lot worse.
Okay, your brother I will deal with separately. All right? He didn't know you took it. From what you've just told me then, fella, okay, I'm arresting you now on suspicion of taking a vehicle without the owner's consent. You want to stick your hands through the seat for me a minute, all right? Technically, fella, no one to blame but yourself, all right? Basically, you've taken the mick, really. You've taken your brother's moped without telling him. You've lied to me initially. Luckily, I'm not stupid enough to fall for that.
The only journey this suspect will be taking is to a custody cell. Back at the scene of the mysterious accident, the police control room have come up with a name and a number for the owner. It turns out they're in a nearby restaurant, blissfully unaware of what has happened. PC Lucas is about to spoil her lunch.
Nothing serious. You've got a car parked in King Street, have you? Yeah, well, you've probably forgot to leave in gear and the handbrake on because it's rolled back and hit the building. Sorry to upset you, Neil.
Smashing her car definitely was not on the menu. The cafe owners have also turned up, but they aren't too concerned about the damage to their wall. With a car, a drain pipe and a wall to repair, the bill for this lunch was a little dearer than expected. Coming up on Brit Cops Rapid Response, the all-new police action series, we're on board with the fastest cops in Britain. The elite squad's fighting frontline crime.
Get out!
At breakneck speed. We're with them as they pursue dangerous criminals, lunatic drivers,
0 miles per hour, no attempt to stop,
and drunks on the road.
Have you been drinking?
And we watch them come down hard on violence and mayhem. Our cameras capture the action as these cops catch the criminals.